Hey, happy Saturday, Sim World. We are back on Sim World TV. We have revitalized Yacht Club with their big 7-foot center, Adam Max, and new everything guard Dominic Bianco leading the way. They've won their last two, but today they take on a surprising Sim World Asia Pacific side, 5-8 overall in the year, and winners of their last game. Coming here, Miami. I'm Lava, joined by Siege in the broadcast booth today, and we are underway here at the Palm Center. Yacht Club favored to win, but Asia Pacific, dangerous team with a lot of talent in the roster.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've seen a revitalizing of the Yacht Club recently with the addition of Adam Max back on the floor, back on the roster, back with the team. This Asia Pacific team, though, I think is a little more dangerous than they sometimes could get credit for. 3 ranked players, both the Reyes. They've got a big man in Stephen George, who is a tough matchup for Adam Max, so they'll have to continue proving that he's the asset that he's been so far.
Both of these teams come out playing zone, and that leaves Asia Pacific open shot, and they get the first lead here, 2-0. Yacht Club, turnover, and up the other way, JD Reyes, the captain of this team. He gets it over to Jacoby Reyes, just 15 years old. Turnover and back the other way. Here comes Yacht Club.
Yacht Club is suddenly...
Sorry, I was just saying it's an aggressive move there by Guzman, but he can't score. Yacht Club have come out cold here, Siege.
Yeah, they can't seem to hit, but he took it inside, and that's something I'd expect to see Yacht Club doing all day, because I was about to mention how even besides the addition of Adam Max, the big 7-footer, suddenly Yacht Club has become a big team. I mean, they've got a lot of depth at that big position. DeMarco Graham, Adam Max, Tyshawn Islam, DeMarco Guzman, more plays the wing, but he's 6'8". Rizzo, David Reitzel. I mean, they've got a lot of guys to throw at you inside, and I'm anxious to see how Asia Pacific is going to kind of match up with that.
The score so far, Yacht Club, and Jinsong Deng, the starting power forward for Asia Pacific, is playing some nice minutes offensively and defensively so far. And there's the big man, but he gets it rejected. That was Stephen George, 6'11", 250-pounder for Asia Pacific.
There he is.
But continues to play some good defense, disrupts that, and it turns into 2 at the other end. That is the 15-year-old, 6'4", from Cebu in the Philippines, averaging 12.9 a game, Jacoby Reyes.
Sometimes watching these 2 Reyes play reminds me of watching the Martin twins in college.
Quick break here. Timeout on the court. 6-0 Asia Pacific from the start. Come back. More basketball when we return. Hot start for the road team, Asia Pacific, and they're up 6-0 here. 5:23 remaining in the first quarter. Yacht Club still looking to get on the board. Jay Laster gets the ball on the inbound and goes to work. And there you see big Adam Max. He's made a big impression on this team since he came back from suspension, averaging 21 points and 7.5 rebounds to lead the team in both categories. Shot clock winding down. He takes it up and can't get it to go. Cold streak continues. The Florida guys.
Great defense there from Stephen George. He's got a tough task with Adam Max, but so far he's holding him down.
Jacoby Reyes right aggressive to the hoop, and Asia Pacific in control offensively and defensively early on in this one. There you go, Jay Laster cuts by Reyes. It's the easy left-handed hoop. You see Jacoby trying to bring it up over the court line. Jacoby typically plays the point guard role for this team, and their jumper won't go, but Stephen George doesn't have a lot of plays run for him. He's not a central part of the offense in that sense, but capable big man down low, gets the big rebound, and turns it back up in, and Adam Max still can't get going.
And one thing Stephen George is really good at, you touched on it, he doesn't get a lot of plays run for him, doesn't get a lot of opportunities in that sense, but he's very good about when he does get the ball inside or he gets an offensive board, anything like that. He's very good about going right back up with it. He doesn't hesitate, doesn't bring the ball down. He'll grab it and go up, whether it's a pass inside or a rebound. And that's something you want in your big man. That's kind of his role. Don't hesitate with it. Just do your job.
Nice block by Jamichael Guzman down on this end, last possession, but the club couldn't do anything with it. And a chance here, Asia Pacific to extend the lead to 10. Jacoby Reyes going inside, and he is fouled by Adam Max.
Yacht Club's come out a little lethargic today. Doesn't really feel like they're playing at their full speed, at their full effort. I'm seeing a lot more just kind of hustle from Asia Pacific so far, and I think that's what's giving them this lead. They seem to have come out a little more ready for this game.
It has been a stretch of a few games in recent days for Yacht Club. This is actually the second time in quick succession we've seen them here on SimWorld TV. Time for them to be getting that TV exposure with the big man added to the squad, but they are going to need to turn things around, try to get back in this one. And Max going to the bench. Trey Willis entering the game for Yacht Club, the 47th ranked player in the SimWorld game, 6'3" guard out of Miami.
I'm a big Trey Willis fan. I think he's a point guard who a lot of teams could use in their starting lineup, and he's done a great job of kind of taking that backseat role, saying I'll run the second unit. I think he could be a lot flashier, probably score a lot more than he does for this team, but he chooses to kind of take that role because he believes in this team. So that's always an interesting thing for me to watch, is guys who could be kind of a star somewhere else take that backseat role.
Well, Dominic Bianco, it's a 3 for Yacht Club, and let's see if that gets them a little bit of momentum, a little bit of fire in their play. Oh, that is a tough shot. Ooh, almost went in. Wow, Kai Nubi, 6'5", leading scorer on this team out of Seoul in South Korea, and he is going to go to the line, averaging 16.8 points per game, Kai Nubi, shooting 53% from the field. He's also a prolific three-point shooter, is connected on a team-high 27 so far this year for APAC. Nubi, the 22nd ranked overall player in the SimWorld game. Should have a future beyond this level, either in U.S. college, Division I level, or playing professionally in some league somewhere.
I'm sure there's somebody somewhere that would pay this guy to play basketball for him.
Nubi's first free throw is good. Second one is up, and it's in.
Hits the little Kevin Durant shimmy at the line.
Sean Issam back in the game for the Yacht Club out there. And in the post, Adam Max getting a breather. And oh, nice drive. Will not go. It's Sunjin Park with the foul, but that is going to send Trey Willis to the line.
He can be explosive off that drive if he gets the ball the little jab step. He's got a really quick first step. It can be hard to stay in front of him.
Well, nice all-around game. Trey Willis and his bag of tricks. 8.9 points, a bit more than 2.5 rebounds, and 3.3 assists per game over the season, shooting 51% from the field. Being heavily recruited by Memphis.
You'd see him up there as a Tiger.
Right now, he just wanted to get his second free throw up and in, and he does. Lead down to 7. And once again, Kai Newby has it. Playing aggressive so far, looking to attack here again, and does, but can't get it to go. However, nice rebound, back up and in. It's great Khalid. 6'6", 200-pounder out of Kuala Lumpur.
I'll tell you what, he plays a lot bigger than 6'6".
He does. Notice that. Ooh. Flip shot scooped up and in. Both teams feeling a little bit more confident offensively than what they started. Tough shot there. Will not go. Soto trying a little too hard on that one. Ray Willis has it here. He thinks he can get around George. Tries to take it over the 6'11" big man. Can't get it to go. And George is there to rip the rebound away.
George is, again, he's kind of just an unsung hero. He's very good on defense. He can be their anchor at times. Good rebounder. I mean, he's certainly not someone you're going to complain about having done that.
Ooh! Little reverse, but couldn't quite get it to go that time, Khalid. Yacht Club can get this lead down to 5 on this possession. Closest it has been in some time. If so, shot there won't go, but Soonjin Park has picked up 2 quick fouls here in the first quarter. That is something that Coach Jason Reyes of Asia Pacific going to have to keep an eye on, and it sends Trey Willis back to the free throw line again. And there you see Park. Looks like he's going to stay out there with those 2 fouls as we're approaching a minute to play first quarter. Yacht Club at 7-6 on the season, which has been good enough to rank them 2nd overall in the Tropic Division.
And the expectation for Yacht Club at this point, after adding Adam Max and what we've seen so far, is that they'll only continue to get better. I think that's kind of their challenge at this point. They've had a little revitalization with the addition of him coming back, but not getting complacent and just continuing to improve, that's going to be their challenge from here on out.
Couldn't get that shot to go, and on this end, Davis Wrightsell gets it underneath, but he can't finish the layup, and Stephen George is once again there to rebound. Oh, nice dish from George. And the finish from Khalid.
Somebody tell him he's only 6'6".
Plays much bigger than his size, and somebody tell Stephen George he's not a point guard. That was a nice pass to pick out his teammate down there, by the way.
Well, he's a little Giannis lookalike there, so maybe same idea as Jason Kidd has. We'll move him to the point.
Oh, nice drive and great finish. That is Wizzo Davis Wrightsell. He's one of these SimWorld veterans. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Dominic Bianco got that one. Davis Wrightsell. Park, not a prolific shooter. Trying to make something happen against Willis. And Willis almost ripped the ball away, and he does. Final seconds. Willis going to get a jumper off, and he nails it.
Wow.
That got the bench excited there from the Yacht Club. Like to see that they pull within 3 points. A long jumper off the steal. Final seconds ticking off there. It is still a 3-point Asia Pacific lead, but a bit of a rally and a run here from the Yacht Club as we end up going to the second quarter. advantage. Asia Pacific, good opening 8 minutes from them. Trey Willis able to connect on a buzzer beater though. A little bit of momentum to the Yacht Club.
Trey Willis is coming to play today.
Yeah, good game so far between these two. Bret Hart has it. He's going to try a three with the shot clock winding down, and he just tied this game up for the first time since it was 0-0. Oh, nice answer. Asia Pacific, Soonjin Park, averaging 6.6 points per game, but again, not a focal point of this Asia Pacific offense, but aggressive attack there. Garrett Hart once again going to work. Going to try a pull-up this time. Can't get that to go. Stephen George got good position, but you can see some of the limitations of his game right there. Couldn't get the little 6-footer to go. Almost stolen there on the entry pass. Garrett Hart feeling himself right now, and it's another 2 for 3. He's taking the last 3 Yacht Club shots. 5 points have resulted from it. They're tied back up again. And Park, a little 1-2 with Stephen George, but couldn't get the ball back to him. Is off a Yacht Club player, and will stay down on this end of the court. Stephen George getting a little bit of a breather, and Jin Song Deng, 6'8", 200-pounder out of Beijing, back in the game. Newbie. Oh. Everything but the bucket on that, Siege.
Yeah, it's a good attack. Got a decent shot up. Couldn't get it to go. Here's Adam Max. He's got a small lineup out here for Asia Pacific. Maybe he'll get it work. Instead, Jay Laster's going to put him in.
Jay Laster. Definitely the three-point shooting weapon on this Yacht Club team. He's got 33, which is more than the rest of his teammates have combined. If you're going to work, great Khalid. Wow. Great Khalid is having a little bit of a game here off the bench today for Asia Pacific.
Yeah, he's got that in him. He used that kind of foot speed advantage he had over the bigger Tyson Ism. Sometimes it pays to be a little bit smaller.
Oh! Well, that was some great effort there from Deng to block the initial shot. Rebound ended up back in control of the Yacht Club, back up and in. But Insung Deng, 6'8", 200-pounder, as I mentioned, he's going up against the 7-footer Adam Max right now and holding his own. Here's Khalid, once again going to work, going inside, can't get the bucket this time, and Max comes up with it. And there you see, Max is a little bit hesitant to take Deng on. Oh!
I mean, look, Adam Max has been passive all game. Trey Willis has not been. Let's get this guy some more minutes. I mean, he could be. I mean, this is just my thinking, but he could be much higher than the 47th ranked player if he was in a starting capacity and getting the ball a little bit more often. Because when he is on, he is. I mean, he is just as dangerous as anybody in this league.
We're going to take a quick timeout. Yacht Club have now opened up a 5-point lead here. 4:45 to go in the second quarter.
To make it 2-possession game, and they will.
Definitely gonna have to look elsewhere. Oh!
pack inbounds, brings it up. They're looking to get things going back their way after controlling the first quarter. Yacht Club applying the pressure and cleaning up the offensive proficiency to take this lead. And there's a nice block inside on Victor Soto. Soto going to try again with the shot clock winding down and hits a big three. Asia Pacific needed that. Laster will go inside, try to do it all himself. Can't, but Adam Max, he's done that a few times, giving him a second chance opportunity. And this time Miami can't, or Yacht Club can't do anything with it. Aranzu now out on the court, and he gets a nice pass inside. Well defended, however, from the Yacht Club, and Reyes tries to take a difficult shot, able to foul called on Jay Laster. Laster initially looked a little perplexed at that. Gets credit in the end and sends the young Jacoby Reyes to the line. Don't be fooled by that facial hair, folks. Just 15 years old. 6'4", 210-pounder. 12.9 points and a team-high 3.2 assists per game.
He's somebody to watch for the next couple of years. I mean, like you said, only 15 years old. He kind of came in hot with this team. Wasn't starting at first. Once he found that starting role, he's really taken off with it. And I don't see any world where he doesn't end up as one of the top point guards in the league by the time he's on his way out.
Well, just 15 years old, he's already 91st ranked in the top 100 among all Simworld players, and gets both of his free throws to go there and ties the game back up again. Still out there for Yacht Club, but has not been focal point yet at all. Laster tries to get a three, can't get it to go. Oh, nice second effort inside.
Guzman.
Michael Guzman, averaging just 1.4 points a game, but does average 5.5 rebounds. And will convert in on this end. Aranzu. 6'11", 210-pounder out of Guangzhou in China, and averaging 5.5 points a game. Nice little bucket there.
He is. He's dangerous from there, from that little mid-range right there.
Teams going back and forth. Jay Laster. Oh, a little bit sloppy there. Jacoby Reyes just kind of gave it up too easy to Guzman. Laster can't get that to go, but once again, offensive rebound for Max, and oh boy.
He's too big. He's too big there.
And got put on the poster there. I think that ball actually hit him on the head after it came through the cylinder. That may be video clip worthy. Let's see if we can see that on the Discord later, but a little bit of revenge. Jin Song Dang at the other end.
I can do that too.
Let's see if this has got Adam Max pumped up, but no, once again, Jin Song Dang denying him a real clean look or any angles to attack. And Dominic Bianco tries a shot, can't get it to go. Here comes Soto.
And you know, it's interesting so far. It's given Adam Max has the crazy height advantage on really the entire team of Asia Pacific. They haven't been doubling him really. They're letting him play one-on-one. They're trusting whoever they got on him, and they're going to say, hey, if you can score on him one-on-one, go ahead. But they're not giving into the doubling. As I say that, they're going to bring a double.
Well, that's really just Zoo kind of collapsing down on him there in that one instance. It's not been a kind of systemic thing we've seen.
Not at all. Oh my God.
Tough shot
like
there.
Can you just imagine you roll out a starting backcourt with Bianco and Trey Willis? I mean, that would have to be in the conversation for the best backcourt in the league.
Well, it looks like what Coach Marcus Laster of the Yacht Club has come into at least this game with the idea of doing is Yacht Club can throw more height at teams than most teams at the similar level can handle, and that's certainly true of Asia Pacific as well. I mean, we all know about Big Adam Max, 7 foot, 250 pounds, but Jamichael Guzman, 6'8". DeMarco Graham, 6'10". Rizzo Davis Wrightsell, 6'9". Tyshawn Issam, 6'9". And you can make a pretty imposing front line with that. And yeah, coming into this game, it's effectively what they've done. Dominic Bianco, of course, uses his speed and leaping ability to do what he does, which is 6 foot tall. But if you look at the other 4 starters in this game for the Yacht Club, 6'5" Jay Laster, 6'8" Jamichael Guzman, 6'10" Marco Graham, and 7 foot Adam Max. I mean, that size-wise, that front court could battle it out in the Big Ten.
Hey, absolutely. I mean, they're huge, and if that's the game plan they're going to go with, it's going to work for them. That's great, but I'll be over here daydreaming about watching Trey Willis and Bianco take over the league.
Well, a little bit more than a minute to go in the first half here, and neither side able to take control of this one. Pacific got out to a little lead in that first quarter, but it has been back and forth again, and they retake the lead there. Wilson Ngoma, the newest player on the Central Pacific lineup out of Malawi. It's his first bucket, and it's a 3. Ngoma gets it down low, tries to do some inside damage too. Look at that, 5 quick points. Ngoma, 6'4", 180-pound wing. Single debut and making an impact, and now a steal. This time it's Victor Soto. He turns it into instant offense himself.
Sweet pull-up there.
7 quick points for Asia Pacific, and they've suddenly got a 5-point lead, 20 seconds to go.
Definitely got a great matchup shaping up here. If either team runs away, we're going to get a nice fourth quarter from it.
Blanco holding for 1 shot. Now gets the offense going. Soto on him, but gives it up over to Jay Laster. Oh, nice dribble from Laster to create some space, and couldn't get the bucket, and not enough time for a second chance opportunity for Graham. Little run from Asia Pacific there at the end of the second quarter has given them a 5-point lead again. They've been in front most of the way, which surprised me, Siege.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it's been a great game so far. We haven't seen Adam Max be as dominant as we may be expecting him to, but Trey Willis has kind of taken over when he's in the game, so that seems to be what's working for Yacht Club. They should go back to the well on that. And on the other side, I mean, Asia Pacific just playing a good, hard-fought game. They got a lot of people contributing. We've seen Khalid and kind of come in and nullify a little bit of that size advantage, even though he's 6'6". He plays like a 7-footer. You got Steven George has been a nice stalwart on defense. Dang has done a great job against some oversized. You got Tony Reyes, who's been showing, as he usually does, that he can play the game. But Kai Nubi as well adding to it. But I think if you're Asia Pacific, you're just going to keep kind of throwing as many bodies as you can at Adam Max without doubling him. Don't give him the chance to find the open teammate.
Second half, we return on SimWorld TV. Second half just about to get underway here at the Palm Center in Miami. The home team, the Yacht Club, falling back from an early deficit, took a lead, but a little run at the end of the second quarter from Asia Pacific. Nice minutes from their new player, Wilson and Goma. Jay Laster comes out, cuts the lead right back down to 3.
We were looking at stats at the half, and like we talked about before the half, it's been a real total team effort from Asia Pacific. They've thrown a lot of bodies, a lot of guys contributing, and to be honest, they're leading in almost every statistical category. The only reason Yacht Club is even so in this game is because of the talent they have on the floor, like Dominic Bianco, Trey Willis, and Jay Lasso. They're really carrying them right now. But overall, I mean, Asia Pacific is playing a much more complete game.
And they're getting contributions from everybody. Kai Newby with a nice bucket there, but it got created by the steal. J.D. Reyes and Jacoby Reyes leading the way for APAC at halftime. He had 8 points and 5 assists.
A very efficient 5 points at that. I believe 2 for 3 from the field. He's a smart point guard. He's the guy you want running well.
Ooh, that was a nice rebound there from DeMarco Graham, and he's able to score off it as well, just shooting 29% on the year. 6'10" big man Graham, but needs more moments like those, and he'll bring his reputation and his shooting average up. Reyes going to try a 3 and connects. Good bucket there for him. That's Jacoby in double figures now. Max tries a tough shot against Stephen George and gets it to go. Now, kudos to Max for having the ability to put that in, but I think if you're Asia Pacific, you're willing to give him that shot all day.
Absolutely. If it falls,
Oh, Stephen George, wide open. I don't know where Max was on that, but even if he's not a prolific offensive weapon in your toolkit out there, you can't leave a 6'11" man just open like that.
Absolutely not. We talked about it earlier. We saw it there. What he does really well, he got the ball, went right up with it. Didn't bring it down. Didn't take a gather dribble, nothing like that. He got it, went up with it. Didn't give anyone time to even come over and get a chance at the swap.
Ray Willis back in the game. Jay Laster getting a little bit of rest. Well, I agree with you, Siege. I think Willis could probably use a little bit more run out there, but Jay Laster has played well too in this game.
Absolutely, and it begs the question, you obviously don't want to give up a guy like Jay Laster in your starting lineup to get Trey Willis in there, but putting Willis next to that guy Bianco would just be so dangerous, and I know they want to play a big lineup here with Guzman at the 3, who really could play the 4 at 6'8", 200 pounds. But it almost feels like, why not try out maybe moving Jay Laster to the 3, get Trey Willis in there at the 2, but, not the coach. They're doing well right now. But maybe, we talked about not getting complacent with the new revitalization, keep trying new things, keep improving. That could be something to kind of keep in the back pocket.
Marco Graham battled well for that rebound there, and now he gets it back on the offensive end as a smaller defender on him. Let's see if he goes to work here. Didn't like what he saw. Kai Newby, as we say, plays bigger than you expect, and look at that. That was Jinsong Deng flying across and disrupting that. And just 2 points, but I feel like I've noticed him again and again so far in the course of this game. And look at this. Oh, couldn't get that bucket there. That would have been a nice sequence for the man out of Beijing.
He was quite literally flying through the air on that one. He was a great defensive presence, but he came flying across I don't even know where he came from. That was insane.
Foul on Stephen George, and that's going to send Trey Willis, or is that going to be Tamir John? No, it wasn't Willis. That's on Tamir Johnson, 6'5" wing out of Pompano Beach in Florida, averaging 5.3 points a game. Hasn't had much of a role so far in our Saturday tilt. That's his first free throw to go. Make another one here. Cut it down to a 2-point game as you see Great Khalid looking set to re-enter, and the two-man combo of Deng and Khalid have been subbing in and out for each other, and both have played some really nice minutes tonight for Asia Pacific.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of times how Asia Pacific kind of overcomes lack of height is, guys like Jin Dang, Great Khalid. They play a lot bigger than they are, and they play with hustle, they play with a motor. I mean, they don't. There he is again, just wide open under the basket.
Steven George.
That's sometimes an advantage of having a big guy who doesn't necessarily have the spotlight on him. He doesn't have that kind of offensive arsenal. Is sometimes you flat out forget about him, and it's happened a couple of times this game that they felt the need to go double somebody else, and that putback there, you can't forget about that guy.
Well, there's the size advantage of the Yacht Club coming into play, which we have seen a little bit tonight. The offensive glass. And once again, the double team gets burned.
That's the thing about Asia Pacific. We talk about how they've been playing a total team game. Is that, yeah, they've got their 3 ranked guys, but they have a lot of guys who can get it done. And they're a hard team to double team one of those big guys because, I mean, they're so good at finding the open man. And the open man is so good at getting to the right spot. And we just saw Dominic Bianco try to end somebody's whole career. Thank God that didn't happen.
Did not
today.
finish the dunk in the end. Yeah, he was trying to get that up over J.D. Reyes. Good persistence from Reyes, sticking with him. And Ruby going to try a jumper, can't get it to go. Bianco feeds inside, and that's going to be too easy there. Sean Issam.
I love his game.
Quiet night. And for Issam, oh, look at that nice steal. Here comes Bianco. Dominic Bianco, he can be a very loud presence in a game. Hasn't necessarily taken things over like that tonight, but let's see if he continues to warm into this. Forced a reach-in foul there on J.D. Reyes. Soto coming back into the game. Reyes is going to get a little breather after picking up that foul. He's also in the game for the Yacht Club. Garrett Hart, who hit a 3 and 5 points in that first half. Oh, and this time he just charges right into an Asia Pacific defender. Looked very set there, and goes to Sinjin Park for knowing how to position himself. Savvy move from a veteran, and he gets the ball back for APAC. And a nice dish right away from Park, too.
And that was something I noticed when we were looking at our halftime stats. Is Asia Pacific almost doubled Yacht Club in points in the paint. I think it's a lot of that. It's been a lot of guys finding the open spot, cutting to the lane when there's a double team, and just getting those easy inside baskets.
Garrett Hart clearly either has the green light from Coach Laster or has given himself permission to shoot. Couldn't come up with that last attempt, though, and chance for APAC to stretch this lead back up to 6. He's going to take it and make it. You can feel a little bit, well, this is a pretty quiet crowd here in South Florida today. Not unexpected considering the way this game started and how it's kind of been since, but I get the feeling just kind of looking at the APAC staff and the players on the bench, they feel like they're the better team out here today, and they should come out with a W.
I mean, to be honest, they feel like the better team, and so far what I've seen, they look like the better team. Just the way they play, the way they run their sets, the way they're finding that
nice
over
dish
and
from
over
Park.
and over again. I mean, they look like the better team, and I think if it wasn't for all of the talent on this Yacht Club roster, I don't think they'd be in this game right now.
Sweet pass there from Sinjin Park. Park the Spark, he was known last season. He came off the bench, and there you can see him going back to the bench, fired up. Down Khalid underneath there, and now the chance to finish off the old school three-point play.
And I was a big fan of Great Khalid when we saw him play in some of those preseason overseas exhibitions that we saw, and just what he brought to the court was kind of electric, to be honest. The undersized big man. It's fun to watch. And he hasn't had quite the season I expected him to coming into it, but he's still a very vital piece, and I think he's a guy who can contribute a lot on every single night.
Defense on this possession from APAC. Shot clock winding down. Laster's just going to have to force up a 3. Can't hit. George able to pull away that rebound. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. And Khalid again. Oh, can't get that one to go. And this time Stephen George can't get the rebound. Laster thinks he can work inside, but can't get it up over the 15-year-old Jacoby Reyes, who is having a nice night out here, looking for another assist, and he's going to get it. Found Victor Soto down on the block.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited about Jacoby Reyes. I really think come the time he's 17, he's going to be one of the better point guards in the league. I'm saying top 5 by the time he's ready to leave.
And on this end, one of the top point guards in the game, Dominic Bianco, couldn't get that bucket to go. It's a 8-point advantage, 9-point advantage for SimWorld Asia Pacific, fourth quarter, when we return. APAC up by 9 with just 8 minutes to play. I want to go ahead and say as we get underway here, thank you all for being with us this weekend. Hope you've enjoyed watching this game. Hope you've enjoyed me and Siege calling. We've enjoyed being here. I knew we're going to be back on the air next week. Right now, let's focus on the action here in Miami as APAC looking to pull off an upset, and it's, I don't know if it's been 5 days, a week, how long it's been, but I think between all the games we've seen on SimWorld TV, the Velarde resignation, it's been a week of surprises and upsets to say the least. And Newbie, leading scorer in the game with 14 now, looking to, or 15 actually, as that was a 3. Looking to seal this thing up, and that is a tough shot from Adam Max, but boy, he buries that. Wow, I didn't know he could do that.
He surprises me every game. He pulls something new out of his bag.
Well, maybe there are not as many limits to Adam Max's game as some people thought. And there, Kobe Reyes, been a star for this APAC team, but couldn't get that bucket to go. Let's see if that club can maybe get a little momentum, go on a little run here. Plenty of time, in spite of the fact it's a 10-point deficit. Bianco inside, he can't finish. Leading the way with 9 points for the Yacht Club, but he's not having an efficient night, Dominic Bianco.
Contribute that to some great team defense from Asia Pacific. They've been all over the place.
Asia Pacific's had a couple good looks here at the start of this fourth quarter, but couldn't get either shot to go down.
It would be a great time for Yacht Club to kind of take advantage of that and make some of this deficit.
And you continue to see that good pressing defense. APAC, Adam Max has it again. He's sort of improved it all, but gets it over into Blaster's hands. Oh, I'm seeing Trey Willis. Can't get it. Second chance blocked this time. Rarely does Adam Max find a shot blocked and ends up on the floor, but there you see it. And a 3 on this end from Victor Soto. Huge swing right there in favor of APAC.
This one's got the feel that we're on a runaway train here. Asia Pacific's got some good looks, but hadn't got them to fall. If they start falling, Yacht Club's going to be in some trouble real fast.
You see Jay Laster with it, gets it over to Bianco. Bianco tries to work off that screen, goes behind the back. He's still got 2 defenders around him, gets a shot up, but it will not go.
The shake without the fake. Travesty.
Uh-oh. Kainubi. Oof. He's been playing out. I almost expected that to go in, but instead it comes off into the hands of Marco Graham.
Need a bucket here.
Down by 13, coming up on 5 minutes. Bianco gets a screen. He's going to try a 3. Has it blocked.
Dang again.
Dang. Wow. Oh. And look at that, and he finds his teammate Soto underneath. What a pretty pass for Jinsong Deng. I am so impressed with so many players on APAC tonight who I didn't know that I was going to love coming into this, but Jinsong Deng has had quite the night. Victor Soto, major contributor. Youngster, Jacoby Reyes. Should also talk a minute about the newcomer in his first game in SimWorld for APAC here. Wilson Ngoma has had some nice minutes. I mean, everybody's really just gotten it done for APAC, and the Yacht Club, this is a step back from the progress we had seen under the new Adam Max era in South Florida.
Absolutely, and you couldn't have said it better. It's the way that APAC has come out. They've really put. I think a lot of people are going to be put on notice by them. They had so many guys kind of come out and do really well, play their role, play smart. I didn't see a lot of low IQ plays come out of APAC tonight at all. And for Yacht Club, I mean, you got to take this as it is. It's a loss. If it continues this way, it's not quite over yet. But one thing they can take out of it is just because we've got Adam Max back and we've been looking good so far, we can't get comfortable. There's still a lot of good teams out here. Teams like Asia Pacific, who I think kind of saw this game as a chance to kind of put the league on notice. Yacht Club is one of the hotter teams right now with the return of Adam Max, and Asia Pacific came in here and hasn't just kind of beat them, but I would say they've handled them. I mean, they really stopped everything Yacht Club was trying to do. Some guys did well for Yacht Club. We saw Trey Willis have a great first half. We saw Bianco have a decent game, but not very efficient. But they didn't let anyone go off on them. They played very well rounded, and I think the league is going to take notice of this. It's one of the hotter teams. The Asia Pacific has come in here and really just completely stifled.
Another APAC block on Adam Max. 15-point advantage and the ball. Yeah, it's unfortunate for APAC that they play in that loaded Pacific Rim division. So many good teams there for them to compete with, but if they can win tonight, they will be 6-8 on the year, hanging tough up around 500, and looking to make some noise as we go through the season. Further down on the race to 1, Jay Laster tries a 3. He's well short. Halfway through this final period, Asia Pacific in full control right now. Oh, JD Reyes, nice little pass to Jacoby, but had his shot blocked. It will stay on this end with APAC. 9 seconds on the shot clock as Steven George gets set to inbound. George trying to find somebody. Oh, just does get the thing off and in, and it ends up as a Victor Soto stuff. Wow. Ah, boy. Well, that kind of puts the icing on the APAC cake here tonight, I think. Adam Max swatted yet again. This time, Steven George picks it up. Look at that. JD Reyes, first points of the game for the captain. I think, well, by that smile on his face, he doesn't mind that scoreline tonight. His team is up by 19 late on the road. The 3 won't go. Jinsung Deng, who has played a great game tonight, pulls off the rebound. And yeah, credit to Coach Jason Reyes of Asia Pacific. He trusted his bigs, Steven George, Jinsung Deng, great Khalid to show up and hang with this formidable front court of the Yacht Club, and they have done all of that and then some. They possess a 21-point lead with just 3 minutes left to go. Yacht Club left reeling by this display of teamwork in Asia Pacific.
Yeah, this game might push Coach Marcus Lasser to maybe consider moving Jay over to the 3 and giving Trey that starting spot. Just kind of trying out something new. You know, like we said, you're never done just because you got Adam Max back and you look good. You're not done. It's still early in the season. And what I take out of this game for Asia Pacific is, you know, we've mentioned a couple of times they play in a really tough division. But I think what that's done for them is it's turned them into a tough team. I mean, I think if you asked most people before this game, you might have expected a good game. But most people would probably have taken Yacht Club as the pick. I believe they were the favorite. But, I mean, you play in that tough division and you play a total team game. You're used to playing really good teams, and because of that, you come out and they're really not scared of anyone. They're not the kind of team that's going to back away from a challenge. They weren't any scared at all of Adam Max tonight. The newcomer, they weren't scared of Dominic Bianco. They weren't scared of Trey Willis. Nothing like that. And so I mean, just props to Asia Pacific. They looked great tonight.
Well, you can give credit to the whole team, but we got to pick a player of the game. So I'm going to ask you first, Siege. Who stood out the most to you tonight of all of these unexpected stars?
You know, when I think about it, Jacoby Reyes had a great game, but the first guy that comes to mind, you know, I'm going to give my player of the game to is Jinsung Deng. I mean, he looked great tonight. He was all over the defensive end. I mean, an absolute defensive presence at 6'8". He was flying around the court. He made some plays on offense, got in position. I mean, he was a huge part in keeping Adam Max at bay.
You know what? I am going to double up and double down on what you just said there, Siege. I'm going to also give my vote to Jinsung Deng. I don't know if he scored 6 points tonight. He didn't do a whole lot offensively, but just control and set a tone that way on defense, particularly as he was tasked often with taking care of big Adam Max, and did a great job of that. So I too am going Jinsung Deng. Congratulations to him and to APAC as they continue to pour it on. Hey, there's another one. Victor Soto has played great tonight.
Offensively,
really
he has hit some nice pull-up shots in people's face. 6'5", 206 at the wing. He's a little tall for a wing, and he's long. He's got some long arms. He's got a high release shot, and it's worked for him. He's hit a couple of shots in some people's faces.
Jay Laster able to get the bucket to go there, but it's all just It's all just stat line window dressing at this point. With under 2 minutes to go, this one is well out of hand. Go ahead and chalk up that W. The team from Tokyo, Asia Pacific. I want to remind all of you watching out there, you've been hearing us talk tonight about how maybe we'd coach this Yacht Club team or how well Asia Pacific coach Reyes did tonight. You can be part of that conversation. Join us at SimWorld. Come to discord.gg/SimWorldNBA. That's where you'll find all the controversy, all the communication, all of the action that doesn't happen on the court. There's another block there for Stephen George. Come hang out there. Come be part of it. You can get in the game. You want to be a player? Maybe you want to be a coach. Well, we're looking. People who can do a good job of both those things.
See the game, be the game. Come join
See
us.
the game and be the game. That hashtag up. Well, Asia Pacific saw the game, and they were the game tonight. They were the whole show. They really even haven't stopped here. We're under the last minute, but just an all-around impressive performance. I think you can hear it. The tones that Siege and I are using to describe what we saw today. It's not like my jaw's open because it was an upset, although it was an upset. I'm just astounded at how good Asia Pacific looks today against a team that I know is capable in terms of the Yacht Club.
Like I said, I think the best way to describe this game for me is, they handled them. They completely handled them. They
really did.
They didn't let Yacht Club really do anything that they looked like they wanted to do, and they had their way with them on offense.
Yacht Club briefly fought their way back to have a 5-point lead, but this was a game where Asia Pacific jumped out early and came on again late, and they are going to emerge from Miami 21-point winners. Fantastic performance. Congrats to Asia Pacific. In Song Deng, just 16 years old, by the way, 6'8", 200-pounder out of Beijing, is our player of the game, but Asia Pacific's our team of the weekend. They were impressive here. Well, for myself, for Siege, for Ron Yell, for all of us at SimWorld, thank you for being with us. Remember, folks, see the game, be the game.